Well, good morning. Welcome back to Alma, Missouri and the Missouri farm. It's about 6:40 in the morning. I'm riding Taylor. He's gonna be the last horse that we're exercising here this morning. Got done helping the neighbor out with the wheat harvest over there. I do have a truckload that I need to take into the grain mill for him, and I tried to take advantage of the daylight that we had left at the end of the day yesterday to go ahead and cut this hay up front, and I screwed up. I knew it was supposed to rain at the end of July, and I looked at the weather and I must have just overlooked it, and I thought it was going to be later in the day, and I thought I could get away with it. And I got this done, and I was getting ready to put everything away and head back into the house towards the end of the day, and the rain icon popped up in the upper right, you know, as upcoming, which is usually about 3 hours out from it raining, or 4 hours. So yeah, it rained overnight, probably between 1 and 3, and it ruined that hay. So I'm gonna try and let it get dried out again, but you know, it leaches the sugars out of it, the quality of the forage goes down. We'll try and dry it best we can, so you know, it doesn't get moldy, but I'm probably just gonna bale it and sell it off as mulch hay, which is really a shame. I'm sad about it because that's the nicest grass that we have on the property there up front. We will have all the grass in between the fields to cut today. Where the heck did Taylor go? I gotta groom him. Is he right here? No, that's Todd. There he is. All the dirt was throwing me off. Okay. Yeah, so that's a shame. Let's see. Let's check the horses here. All right, they're listed in the order we wrote them, which was reverse order, youngest, oldest. And I'm looking at cleanliness and daily riding, making sure everything's good. Yep. Looks like Fabio and Taylor are 90% on reproduction, so we should see a couple more horses. Not looking forward to having to exercise those too. We got 10 right now. That'll put us up at 12 again. And then Fabio and Taylor will probably be sold this December, maybe. When they hit, what, 5 years old is it? Or, I don't know. It's $5,000. That's when they're worth the most. God knows I'm going to sell them, so I don't have to ride them no more. So I've got, let's see, a couple of pallets of cotton bales to sell. Cotton, wool. Jeez. So I did figure out where the trigger is for the sheep barn. It's just over here. And we got 300 sheep in there now. So we'll have to take a look at selling some off. I put a little more feed in, so they should be good. Yeah, the food's in the green. Reproduction, I think I have some at, I don't know what it is. I think it's my oldest sheep are at like 60% reproduction. Yeah, 31 months are my oldest sheep, and there's 60% reproduction. There's no space for them. These are the ones that are worth the most. So they're not going to give birth if I sell them. They're not going to give birth if I leave them in there. So I think I'll just let the next ones give birth. I'll sell those oldest ones right before, but so it'll be a while, but we want to get the wool. So here in the cattle barn, our dairy cows and our beef cows, I've got I mixed up some feed. I think I got some more I can put in if I need to. Let's take a look here. So the feed, God, it's in the red. They eat so much. Yeah, I'm probably going to need to put that feed in. I might do that right now. Let's see. Everything's fine. Milk's coming along. I put more straw in for bedding. The manure's getting pretty full. Let's see. I don't think I have room for any, or I have room for very few cows. We sell beef cattle at 36 months. I don't think anybody's quite close to that. No. And then as far as room in the pen goes, I think there's room for some, but not very many. And that's probably why they're going through the feed, because I got 324 out of 350, so I got room for 26 more cows. I don't know if it'll be dairy cows or beef cows, whichever one gives birth first. That's what we'll end up having, I suppose. 26 at least. So let me go ahead, and I did mix up feed. Let me put that in there just so I feel good about it. But we're gonna have to make up a lot more feed, I think. Because these cows have a voracious appetite. I don't know. Maybe we have too many cows. All right. Cows are fed. I could probably use more, but I don't think I got time to do that right now. So I'm gonna let that hay dry. I've got to get the guy's wheat into the grain mill. Let's get the wool over to the spinnery first thing here. So we'll leave that there. I'm gonna grab the Case Maxim here. I've got to get the straw bales off of that bale trailer. I've got silage bales I need to pick up out of the grass field that's over by the biogas plant so that I can fertilize that. And then I'll probably need the bale trailer to be able to load the hay onto, and then we'll probably sell that and try and get that done today. And then we'll need to cut hay between the fields today. It's gonna rain tomorrow. If I get it baled, that'll be cut, dried, and baled today. That would be best. I'm not sure when that rain in August is. And then we'll have our einkorn wheat field, I think, should be ready to harvest in August. So let me pull this up We'll get the telehandler. And get that loaded. And over to the spinnery. Okay, arriving back at the farm, there was, I suppose, another one I could have taken, another bundle of bales, but I didn't do it. I figure I'll leave it till later today or tomorrow. The spinnery and the granny's knitwear will be busy processing the wool that we just took over, so it won't matter if that one pallet's there or not, at least this morning. Maybe later in the day it might matter, but right now it doesn't too much. All right, let's get these straw bales off of here into storage. Then I probably should take the, oh, hang on, what we got going on here? Not sure if these are, what's going on here? There we go. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but they were still ethereal bales from the auto load function, or it seemed like it, but I pushed the button several times. It didn't seem like it was doing what it should be doing, unload here or whatever, but they're here now, so we'll just drop them off. They'll go into our bale storage. And then at that point, we can take our telehandler, grab the round bale grab, and then go get the bales off of that field that we just took a look at. Then we can spread manure on it after that, and then it's fertilized. Actually, that field would probably be the nicest grass that we have growing on the farm, because it's actually in a defined field that you can fertilize and everything. as opposed to the grass out at the front of the farm is actually just you know, a non-field area. All right, last one. Good to go. So we'll walk over to the Peterbilt and we'll go ahead and take this into town. We'll swing by the implement dealer, see what they have on sale that we could not possibly live without. We could collect money on this contract. Yeah, I took the other load with the Load King last night. I had forgotten actually that I had some in here. Go ahead and park that right there for now. We'll head around front. I'll talk to the farmer. We'll get paid for the contract, and then we got about what, 6,000-7,000 for the excess crop off the field. There may be something we could buy. I don't know if we should, but you know me, I like to buy stuff. It's a waste of money, but we're doing all right now. Okay, so let's get paid. So we got paid $10,276 for that. That's not bad. And then what do we got? We've got a little Massey Ferguson. This flatbed service truck I'm interested in because we can't refuel with the service truck that we have. I don't know why. That's 82 to 100 horsepower. It's actually only got 82. I don't know if that's something we want. It's 25 grand. I don't know. Let's see. This flatbed service truck. Flatbed only. I'm looking. I could buy it just as is, or I want to take a look at, see if I could maybe put a gas tank on it. Yeah, I think that's what I want right there. Diesel fuel is supposed to go into like a yellow or a green tank, I think. So let's do that. That was completely unnecessary, but I don't care. I could not refuel vehicles out in the field with my other truck, so that's part of the reason for having done that. I don't particularly like these because they don't behave well. I should have got the brush guard on the front, but that's all right. So I'm gonna go fill the fuel tank and then we'll just head back out to the farm. I was gonna park it over at the I'm gonna park it over at the Spinnery. I still may. Why won't you shift? Here at the farm, I almost regret having bought this thing. I had to switch gear shift mode to manual, and for whatever reason I couldn't seem to refill the fuel tank on the back of it from the fuel station, but I can refill it here, so that's alright. We'll just fill it up and then we'll park it. But yeah, it's not ideal. Not ideal how this thing works. But what are you gonna do? It was only $18,000, I think, so whatever. I think eventually we'll try and park it over at the let's see. Still in manual gear shift mode. I'm gonna need to fix that. Alright, well, it's almost 9 o'clock. What are we gonna do now? Is this hay good enough yet? I think I better give it a little more time. So I think probably the thing to do would be to probably work on getting those silage bales out of that field and then spread manure on it. I think that's probably the thing to do. So So we'll need to switch the telehandler to the brown bale grab. So got back over here. So what I'll do is I'll head over to the driveway over here. I'll hire a worker to go take this to the field for me. I'll come grab the bale trailer. Generally the best way to do this kind of thing. So he'll take off. Let me run, go get the tractor. I don't think I'll catch up with him actually before he gets there. So about got the trailer full here. There's still a handful of bales left around the field, but we'll put these on here and head back to the farm. Shoot. I suppose. Whoa. I suppose that we should probably use this bale grab to offload it as well. it would be a lot easier just to stick it with bale spikes and put the wrap tape on, but I don't know. I'll think about it. Pick that up. Let's extend that a little bit. It'll come off easier. I was thinking of sending a worker from here, but I know it doesn't work. I've done it before. That's how I know. Yep. Doesn't work when you do that. So we'll go ahead and we'll get the worker out onto the road here. I'll go ahead and get the bale trailer and then we'll follow them back to the farm. Hopefully. We'll see how it turns out. Sometimes they like do circles at the end of the driveway instead of pulling in. It's just, yeah, it's hit or miss. That's why I'm really, well, you know, FS25, the workers have their issues as well, but it's better than this for the most part. Boy, we haven't got a whole lot done. I got a lot more I need to do. I want to get that hay baled. Maybe I won't get it off the field yet. Then I got to get the other stuff cut, tatted, windrowed, and baled. It's a lot of work to be done. This is not fun stuff. Well, it's okay. Not the funnest stuff, doing the baling. All right, buddy, let's go. And off he goes. Where he stops, nobody knows. We have a tough time keeping up with him, though. So there's probably half a dozen out there still yet to pick up. We'll have to get. And then, yeah. Gotta get working on cutting that grass, so I think. Check the weather, make sure weather's gonna be fine. I think we're okay through, it's gonna rain sometime on the 1st of August. I don't know when. So as long as we get everything baled before the end of today, we should be fine. And then tomorrow, well, we'll look at the weather, but probably we'll harvest the einkorn wheat. But depending on what the weather does, maybe we could push that off to mid-August or the end of August or something like that. I don't know if I really got time to take a break for lunch today or not. I'd like to. Alright, he should stop just inside the... He completed his task, so that means he's not driving in circles in the driveway, which is fine. Hopefully he's over far enough I can get past him. Yeah, I think we're okay. We'll have to get the telehandler over here so we can offload it. That'll be so much easier with the doing it that way though, wouldn't it? Let me hop in here. Take the telehandler over, or actually, let's take this over, grab the telehandler. I'm gonna come back, then I'm gonna get the case, I'm gonna go get the baler. Oops. And we're gonna bale hay. Finishing up here, we got 7 bales of hay off of here, but this hay is not going to have very good nutritional quality because of the fact that it got rained on. Kind of washes sugars out of it, changes the makeup of it and stuff. So you could get away with feeding cattle with it, but I'm not even going to risk it. Not my cattle anyway. I'm going to sell it. I'll be honest about what happened with it, and we'll see if somebody else wants it to feed their cattle, or if not, we'll just sell it as mulch hay. Just get whatever we can for it. So it's about 11:30. What I'm thinking is I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a break for lunch. Come back. We'll spread manure. What tractor could we use for that? We could use this, I suppose. We'll spread manure on that one grass field so that it gets fully fertilized before its next growth state. I think it'd be fine. I don't know. We'll get another cut out of it, I think. And then we got to get cutting on grass in between the fields. If we can get all that cut, all that tedded, all that windrowed and baled yet today, that would be awesome. I'll see you in about an hour, maybe about 12:30. Okay, well, it's 12:30 now. I'm gonna regret that lunch break probably about 9-10 o'clock tonight when I'm still trying to bale hay. I don't know. What was I thinking? All right, let me drop that off. So the first thing we're going to do is get that manure on that grass field. So let's head over here. I'm going to grab the smaller of the two manure spreaders. It should be big enough to do that whole field. It better be. If not, I'll be in trouble. Because it'll take longer than it needs to. Geez, there's manure in the other one. This one I gotta fill up. And that's gonna take time too. Alright. I gotta do this the hard way, don't I? Fire up the Kubota. Compact track loader. Have they fixed the tracks yet in FS25? Because they don't sound like this. This is good. It's a good sound for the tracks. Alright, so I'm only doing 1286 at a time. I believe this is a high dump. Oh, it's so slow. You're gonna have to bear with me while I get this done. Well, after that seemed to take an inordinate amount of time, I realized I've got the grapple bucket for the Case Maxim. That might have been a better idea for that. Might have went a little quicker, but anyway. It's filled now, so we'll head over there, we'll get that. And then what? It's almost 1 o'clock now. We got a lot of grass to cut. It's gonna take some time. I gotta take a look at the weather, make sure it's gonna hold. I know it's supposed to rain in August. On 1 August, beginning of August. And gosh, I hope that doesn't translate into overnight if I don't get it baled tonight. We'll get her done. I guess. Let me just run out to the field and spread this manure quick. Probably be better as a time lapse. All right, that went well. Didn't take too long. Spent, what, an hour of game time, roughly, loading the manure spreader and getting the manure spread. Come back over here to the baler. We're gonna have to use this for our hay bales. So we'll just go ahead and hook up to it and be ready to go. So I'm gonna head over to the John Deere, the 5M. What is our 5M? It's actually a 5090. Yeah. Ugh, pretty dirty. We'll use our Batwing. How's our maintenance? It looks alright. Hook right up. There we go. You know what? I'm gonna check everything real quick. I mean, it can't hurt, right? What do I got going on here? There we go. Would be nice if it were a little cleaner, but $40 and $6.49. Best to keep everything fully operational. So yeah, we're gonna work on the grass on the outside of the fields. So let's just go ahead and we'll lower this. We'll drop it down here, and we'll start here. I gotta watch the edge of the field carefully. I want to get into the corn. I also don't want to hit the trees. If I can do this along here or not. Yeah, I'm slipping. Gonna try. Yeah, whoa. Nah. Yeah, that was not good. Was not ideal. As is that. In the creek. So this is the area around the fields. Man, oh, we can mow at 14? That's awesome. We'll get this done. Let's see. I'm gonna hug the creek here. I'll come back and clean up to the edge of the field later. Come back around. Okay, well, it's 2:30. I think I got the mowing done. The cutting of the grass is finished. It took about an hour. That's awesome. So we'll go grab the tedder. We'll ted this. And we'll start baling it. I gotta check the weather when I get over here by the shed that I keep the grass work equipment in. I just want to have an idea. I think we're fine. I don't know if I should have like more weight on the front of this. Any weight, actually. Do I have weight, or is it a front 3-point? I think it's a front 3-point because I was using this for the snowblower, right? Yeah. Seems to be okay, though. Alright, let me check the weather here. So I see down below the long-term forecast. It's going to rain on August the 1st. Doesn't look like it's going to rain overnight or before 1 o'clock. But this is what I did last time, and I missed it. Like at around 1 o'clock in the morning. But I don't see it. I don't see it at all. So it should mean that it's going to rain late in the day tomorrow. Actually, how does this thing work when it's so wide to go through here? I don't know. I'm just gonna try and follow around kind of the same. Look, I'm hitting trees. Hitting trees. I guess I could get into the crop a little more. It probably won't destroy it. It's just I don't want to have to try and rake it out of there. Caught in a creek, and yeah, it's getting into, well, what you gotta do? This is gonna take a little longer, actually. Well, maybe not. It depends. We're definitely slower, though. I think we're making 14 miles an hour with the batwing mower. This we're only making 9, so it's gonna take a little while longer, maybe. been a long one. It's been a productive one. Not the most exciting. We got a lot of mundane work done. Almost a whole bale. I tell you what, that was something. It was a long, long day. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you here. I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me here in Alma at the Missouri farm. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you don't subscribe yet, why not? Don't cost nothing. We'll see you next time.